Now our project is imported and we're looking at the default language. You can see the localizable.strings file here and so forth. Here you can review your strings, you can add or update your comments if need be, and then you can click done. At any point you can go back to the default values by clicking on English here on the top, at the end of the breadcrumbs. Now you can see that Traductor automatically imported the French localization. Now the French localization was partial, so let's see what it looks like. When I expand French, you can see that all the existing localization were imported. So if you had done any localization with any service before, you will not lose your data. Traductor will import them for you. You can see how the French was partially done and it was imported. Some values were missing. That's why it says 81%. Now I have a chance to localize the rest of it. I can add other languages as well, such as Italian, Japanese as well, and Chinese. You can add them to the card and click on the card, and there you go. Now we have our 2 projects added to the card. Now this code is from our test server, so this is just test data. It's not these are not live quotes, but it gives you an idea of how the system works. You can click on the eye icon when you mouse over the project name in the card to go back to that particular project's dashboard. So here, let's say you have your languages done, you want to export them. Right, first of all, for you to be able to export any language, it needs to be 100% done. So if it's not, then you're going to get a warning. So in our case, we could, for example, just manually complete really quick the French test. Okay. One thing to also note is that Traductor will only ever send for translation all the blank fields in a given language. So if you don't want Traductor to translate something, just put a value in that language, and that's it. So here, for example, we're 100% done, and we can export. I can either click export here, and Traductor will export only the ones that are completed, or I can open the actual language and click export from there. So if I go ahead and I click export, there you have your warning telling you that this is not reversible, because Traductor will override your lproj relevant files, only the files that are relevant. And so it's always a good idea to do a backup first, or a snapshot of your Xcode project. So let's go ahead and export. And now everything is exported. You can click browse to open up the project folder. If we go to French here, and let's say we open localizable.strings, and you can see that our test was indeed exported. So this is how you can import and export with Traductor. Obviously, Traductor recognizes or knows when your project changes, and then it's gonna warn you to re-import. In this particular case, our project changed because of the lproj update. We know that we did not do any change at all that requires re-import, so we're just gonna hit no and go from there. Your app is almost ready to go. You probably also want to localize or translate your press release or your email marketing that you're going to use to announce your app in different markets. So how about you create a document project that we can call maybe press release, maybe international mountain press release, and default language is English, and this is where we can create our press release. This, you can type your text here. This is the press release, or you could or you could just copy from anywhere and and add the text. You can copy from anywhere and paste. You can add multiple rows of content, another row. You can add comments for the translator. and then you click done. And then you can add your languages as well. So once you add your languages, you can add them to the cart. Now that we are ready to order, we can go ahead and click the proceed to checkout button. And here you can use the same login that you use to order TraductoPro. If you don't have an account, for some reason, you can create a new account, but if you already order TraductoPro, you should just use that account. We're going to log in now with John Doe. Once logged in, the server will pull the information from the server, and you will be able to place your order. You can place your order using PayPal or using credit card. If you check the box for remember credit card for future purchases, your credit card will be saved in your keychain and make it easier for you to order again in the future. Then you can accept the terms and conditions. If you have a coupon code, this is where you can enter it. And let's say we're going to just enter 999 for the code verification and click place order. Once you click place order, TraductoPro goes ahead and processes the transaction and then sends the data to the server, and there you go. Now we have our order here, which is pending. Once your order is processed and sent for translation, you will be able to see a status here for each of the languages that you ordered. Now you can go back and take a look at the project, and you can see how each project now shows that there are some orders that are currently in progress. When you get an update, you can click on refresh translations in progress in order to sync translation data from the server back into the app. This concludes the walkthrough for how to localize your iOS or Mac app with TraductoPro. Thank you for watching.